Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Clatterbuck and I'm a biochemistry major at Eastern Mennonite University, and today I would like to talk to you all about why we should continue researching embryonic stem cells. Which duty would you uphold? The duty to prevent or alleviate suffering, or the duty to respect the value of human life? Embryonic stem cell research could lead to the discovery of new medical treatments that would end so much of the suffering happening in the world today. So, which moral standard should win the upper hand? The answer to this depends on how you view the embryo. The controversy over stem cell research is due to the moral and religious implications of using human embryos. People don't want these cells destroyed, even if it will result in medical advances and cures for disease. The research raises questions such as, does life begin at fertilization, in the womb, or at birth? Or is the human embryo equivalent to a human child? But we should also ask ourselves, might the destruction of a single embryo be justified if it provides a cure for countless people? In the United States, laws prohibit the creation of embryos for research purposes, but experts believe it is wise and necessary to study all stem cell types, since it is not clear yet which type will be the most useful for cell replacement therapies. Studies suggest that stem cells hold the secret to treatment and even cures for some of the most confounding diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. What are stem cells? Stem cells come from the inner cell mass of a fertilized egg 4 days after conception. Stem cells are able to replace the damaged and bad cells in patients with injuries or diseases. A stem cell transplant treats disease and injuries. In a transplant, embryonic stem cells are specialized into the necessary cell type and are then used to replace cells that are damaged. Just to give you all some examples, stem cell treatments can be used to replace neurons that have been damaged by spinal cord injury, stroke, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, and various other neurological problems. Stem cells can also produce insulin for people with diabetes, as well as producing heart muscle cells that have the ability to repair the damage after a heart attack. Stem cells can also treat autism, autoimmune diseases, cerebral palsy, heart failure, multiple sclerosis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and even paralysis due to spinal cord injuries. In theory, there is not a limit on what stem cells can be used to treat. More research is required in order for therapies based on embryonic stem cells to become available. There are many steps a therapy must go through to show that it is safe and effective in order for the FDA to approve the therapy. Currently, there is barely any funding for embryonic stem cell research, which is keeping us from collecting valuable data on cell development. Ronald Allen Lindsay highlighted the importance of this research in his book, Future Bioethics, when he said, "Trying to conduct research on cell development while refusing to fund embryonic stem cell research is like trying to determine the causes of global warming without funding research for greenhouse gas emissions." Stem cell research should be continued because the U.S. could advance as the world leader in regenerative medicine, the search for life-saving cures will resume, and scientists will be able to learn more about basic genetics, which could essentially allow scientists to develop drugs that can prevent diseases from developing in the first place. This can only be done by tracing the development of human cells back to the very beginning, the embryo. No other method of collecting stem cells yields the same vitality and versatility as the cells taken from embryos. If more people could recognize the power of stem cells and would coincide with the scientific community in favor of continuing stem cell research and funding, there is no limit to the amount of suffering that would end as a result of stem cell treatment. I want to share with you all some quotes from people that are as inspired by stem cell treatment as I am. So, doctors warned Adrienne Shapiro that her daughter Marissa might not live to see her birthday. So Adrienne said, "Stem cells are our only hope. It's my true belief that I'm going to be the last woman in my family to have a child with sickle cell disease. Stem cells are going to fix this for us and many other families." Another one is Adele Miller, a woman plagued by Alzheimer's, said, "Alzheimer's research is woefully underfunded by the government, so it's important to have bold approaches like stem cell therapy. Stem cell research is at the cusp of something life-changing." It's strong in our hearts that embryonic stem cell research may lead to new, more effective treatments for serious human ailments and will alleviate the suffering of thousands of people. Thanks.
What about